And it is Missouri game week. The Tigers take on the Oklahoma Sooners at 11 a.m. tomorrow, looking for their first win in Oklahoma in 59 years was the last time they won in Norman, a 10-7 victory. Mr. Schaefer, how are we this morning?
We're good, man. We're excited about the possibilities. We're nervous about the potential realities. And we're just going to take it as it comes.
I like that. Excited about the possibilities, nervous about the reality. Have you convinced yourself Missouri's winning this football game yet?
I actually haven't this time.
Oh,
I've done
I think that's
every
a good sign.
Every close, ranked game this year, I've picked them, right? This time, I don't know if I have the guts. Listen, I can simultaneously think, I don't know if we're going to win this one, while saying, I kind of think Mizzou money line is still a good value.
Yeah.
Because if they do win, you basically, it's a plus 200 or whatever it is. I think there's a little line movement after the Beau news from last night, but we'll see if there's any further shifting. It's still going to be probably around a touchdown on the underdog side, but I mean, they win like a rock fight, man, that would feel good. And I think
it would.
Having a little on the Mizzou money line, even if I'm not going to pick them, would kind of feel like the move this week. I don't know.
So, Beau was on Tuesday listed as doubtful. Now yesterday was listed as questionable.
Yeah,
he is trending. I think that's what the sources like to say. He is trending in the right direction. Do you think we will see Beau tomorrow morning, or will it be Matt Zollers?
I think Beau's going to play.
I do too.
And you can never predict a week in advance with an injury like this exactly what's going to happen. But, when Matt Zenitz is tweeting out that there's optimism, I think that happens for a reason. And then the first report was maybe it was always going to be doubtful, right? To kind of Drink really likes to play it up a little bit.
All college coaches like play it up a little bit.
So they call him questionable. I think if they would have gone doubtful for the whole week and then he would have played, that might have been there might have been some side eye toward that. But even then, I don't know what the powers that be with the SEC could have done. But yeah, once he's upgraded to questionable, and you get the Thamel tweet, you get Thamel knowing everything about their Fast Friday practice, and he's the guy's well connected. I don't know how he does it, but yeah, I think it's a sign. And look, in the article that he wrote for ESPN. He even said the doctors have cleared him. Medically, he's cleared. Yeah. It's a question of comfort. It's a question of, is he going to be able to do the things he normally does? That sort of stuff. So, yeah, I think he's going to play, man.
I'll be curious, too, to that point, is what type of equipment will be on that ankle. Will we see a brace? Will it be like tape? I think if it's tape, you're like, oh, wow. He's going to be close to 100%. If there's a gaudy brace on that ankle or something of that sorts, that's when I would say I would fear him playing. Because one, how healthy really is he? And two, how much does that limit him if he's wearing a big gaudy brace? That probably means he's still a little banged up.
Yeah, and that's interesting. Again, it's interesting that the article said he's medically cleared, doctors have cleared him. He didn't have anything on the ankle last Saturday when he was warming up. But I think he knew he wasn't playing that day, yes. Right? He wasn't posturing and trying to get on the field. He was just doing some work as one does when you're a football player and it's game day. So I would wonder if there would be a little bit more support this time around. I can't imagine that there wouldn't be, like you said, tape it up, something to give the support there, because it was a gnarly injury.
Yeah.
But maybe all of the carting him off and everything was a little bit on the precautionary side. Yeah, he had some ligament damage, but when we were all kind of talking about what's the kid's name, Singh, and with him doing the gator roll, we couldn't really see exactly what it looked like under that pile, So maybe our imaginations went to the worst place, and in reality, it was rough, but it wasn't so rough that it couldn't be overcome. And maybe he's good now. I would hope for some, like you said, some tape. That just seems like good sense. But yeah, if there's no brace and he's going out there, they still could stretch it out, Grant, to where they're like, yeah, it's a game time decision. He's going to warm up and see how it feels.
Yeah.
But I don't think you get all the reporting you've gotten this week if it's not every intention for everybody in that building for him to play.
Which makes me interested in how the reps were split in practice too. Because if Zollers isn't getting any first team reps, I'd say, okay,
Right.
Beau's probably playing. But I'm concerned then, what if Zollers barely got any first team reps? Beau thinks he's good to go. All of a sudden Saturday, coach, I don't know. Like,
I don't know. That might be more like it was at Vandy, though, where the only time we've seen Zollers be good
was with no reps. Which,
yeah.
Man, could you imagine the optimism Missouri fans would have right now if they pulled out that Vandy win and all of a sudden Beau was good to go for this week? That was the scenario I said too, was on the field when Zollers tied the game up 10-10. I said to somebody, man, imagine if they can win this game. Beau misses A&M. You have a bye in there too. And then he's back for Oklahoma and you got 2 games to make the college football playoff. And he misses Miss State. Like, I knew that if they could go 1-1 in that stretch and beat Vandy as well, that there was a chance Beau could be back for Oklahoma as long as he didn't break his ankle. And that's exactly what it looks like is going to happen.
Yeah.
Man, the optimism Mizzou fans would have right now.
Yeah, it sucks, but it sucked the day that it happened. So, you just have to move on and write the new script. And the new script is like beat Oklahoma for the first time in 60 years at their place.
Yeah.
That's still valuable, and I've heard it posed, people wondering like, oh, if they beat Oklahoma, is that make it more likely that these other teams are going to want Drink, or is it the other way around? I think
doesn't matter.
I would say if they can beat Oklahoma, that's going to be a really emotional thing at this school that you could envision a little bit more proof of concept. I think if you're Eli Drinkwitz, rather than like, because he's going to be offered a job. I feel pretty confident in that.
Yeah. I
hope I'm wrong, honestly. But then again, if he's not, and then he was willing to take one, then what does that mean for the long-term commitment? Who knows? But I would love to see him stay, obviously. And if you get a win like this, yeah, it's not going to result in the CFP. But you get some more national prominence to your name. You probably get another little recruiting bump from people that would be considering Mizzou, because it would be proof of concept that you can win a top 10 game on the road at Missouri. Like, Drink, you can do it. I know you want more NIL. You want the resources. You want to win that war. But maybe like proving it to himself would also be a factor of this. I don't know. Maybe that's overblown, but I think it cannot hurt to win at Oklahoma and then be able to rally. Hell, you could rally administration to do more, or you could rally all these corporate folks that Drink wants the support from. I just think if Mizzou is like on the cusp and it's people don't have to be like, we're kind of backsliding, because you could see that if it's 7-5 or 8-4, that there would be that attitude where like, this might be the moment that we need to push forward with NIL. And then if it's a disappointing campaign, people might be like, this might be when I pull back, and that could ruin the whole thing. So I don't know. I don't know how much it helps, but it cannot hurt to go ahead and win at Oklahoma and plant your flag a little bit on what Mizzou can still be as a program.
Well, and I know that the 10-win thing doesn't mean a lot to some people, but if you're Drink and you can somehow beat Oklahoma and you're staying, and then beat Arkansas, then win your bowl game, you can say, look, we won 10 games for 3 straight years. And this season, we were an inch away from beating Vanderbilt, which would have gotten us in the college football playoff.
Or at least tying them.
And we were a drive away, ball in good field position from beating Alabama in making the college football playoff. Like if 3 plays go our way this season, we're 11-1 and we're a top 5 ranked team in the country. Like you can lay that out there and say, look, we're so close to breaking through.
Yeah.
And are they as close as he would say? I don't know, but you can pitch it as that.
I don't know who's he pitching that to though. Like what's the
to these big, I'm saying to these big businesses, to these NIL people of, hey, just give us a little bit more. You'll see the return on investment here next year, that type of thing. His plea to the Fortune 500 companies would be backed up.
I just don't know if he's like, I don't know if he's like,
I don't
Oliver
know if
Twist, can I have some more at the foot of the Fortune 500s? I don't know if that's the pitch, but I hear your point. I think to college football fans, like to the landscape, that is the case that we make as Mizzou fans of like, here's what Missouri is. And like, people don't really want to hear about your almosts, but at the same time, it's valid that you would be consistently, in the conversation. It's just a shame that we didn't have a November where we've been in the conversation because even this win over OU, you'll jump up to 17, 18, whatever it would be in the rankings, but it won't get you into the real conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, to have another year where very clearly Missouri is right in the thick of it all, it would be great. And look, it could still go the other way where you go 7-5 and really do feel that suddenly the pressure of the future schedule weighs even more heavily when you're like, well, you went 7-5 with this schedule. Who's to say it's going to ever be any better than that again? So it feels like these games still matter in terms of the perception of the program, for sure.
And now I should say, too, to my last statement, I don't think Drink's actually the one going and begging the Fortune 500s. I'm just saying whoever's job that is, they'll have a little more ammo to fire off there. So with Beau playing, does that change the way you think this game needs to be played for Missouri to win? Like we kind of said, it needs to be a little ugly, lots of running the ball with Zollers, but does it almost free up the run a little bit more now that your passing game will be a little bit more of a threat, especially intermediate and short?
That's the key. Is I think with Zollers, it's been a lot of leaning on the potential of his arm talent, but that doesn't really match the way that Mizzou needs to play this game.
Yeah.
Where, like, he's hit a couple of those deep shots. They're really good at the draw them off sides and find Alubade down there play, but to move the chains consistently and to keep the down and distances in a way that you're able to run the ball on third down. You're able to go for it on fourth down. I think you have to have that short to intermediate, as you mentioned. And as much as we can talk about Beau and his struggles, because the offense was not this juggernaut when he was in there. We got to be honest about that. But he did, I think, demonstrate more of an ability to make those type of throws to keep you on schedule. And the receivers seem to be more in tune with what Beau was going to do on the screen pass and where Beau was going to, on the slant. So yeah. I think that Kirby probably has to scheme up some of those screen plays, and they got to block them. I mean, you have to execute. It's not all Kirby Moore's job, but I think Beau's style of playing the position is maybe more conducive to the just grind out 3, plays on a series and then get it on fourth down. Like Zollers, you feel like you've got to do it in a chunk if you're going to do it through the air, because he just does not have the touch on those short to intermediate passes. He's throwing 100-mile-per-hour fastballs every time, and there's just not been a feel for the rhythm of what those plays need to look like. And so I don't know if it's been a case of Kirby recognizing that and calling fewer of them, because they're like, this guy, it's going to shake his confidence if he keeps missing these 3-yard throws. I'm not really sure, but I think you can feel a little bit better about what the offense looks like if Beau is in there and you're trying some of those screens on early downs. You're willing to run the ball in any down and distance. And if his mobility can become a factor too, great. I don't think you want to use that mobility as a crutch and have it be the bailout tool, because I think the athleticism on the OU defense and the speed is going to be such that Beau's not going to have a great day running the football either. But his ability to kind of extend a play is at least something that, you feel like can be a feather in your cap, hopefully.
Even his ability to maybe break a tackle in the pocket and get the ball away and save 7-8 yards in a sack instead of just an incompletion, I think is valuable. Like with Beau, it feels like not that he hasn't turned the ball over, but he feels his game management is just a little bit better. Maybe he throws the ball away in a better spot where there's a receiver in the area, doesn't get the intentional grounding. He knows it, sometimes I feel like too, hey, maybe I take this sack or maybe I throw this ball away because a punt's better right now than me throwing an interception.
I don't know if I agree. I hear what you're saying.
I think there's a little more game. I trust his game management skills a little bit more.
I don't know. I actually trust Zollers from a game management perspective, maybe even more. I saw him, I go back to Vandy as an example where that was a tight situation and he was doing all the right things. You take a grounding, but sometimes that's not your fault. If you're getting sacked, chuck it away is better than taking a sack or fumbling, because maybe they don't call the grounding. I don't really punish a quarterback for grounding calls, because I think largely if the quarterback is in a spot where that's necessary, it's already too late. Your offensive line didn't do their job. Beau gets a little skittish, if anything. I think Zollers has comfort in the pocket where Beau has the athleticism to overcome the fact that he doesn't, is maybe the way that I would put it.
Yeah.
But I still feel more comfortable with Beau's situation because I think Zollers is so overmatched when it comes to just, the lack of experience, he's not going to make a play. He'll throw it away, but I don't know if he's going to make a play with the play extended and under duress like that. At that point, I think Beau has a better chance to do that, whether with his legs or through the air. Beau might make some crazy mistakes, though, and I think the chaos of it is just something you got to live with, because it's going to be an overwhelmed freshman or a guy who's maybe going to kind of tuck it and run a little earlier than you want him to, and you're going to have risks either way. Well, but I hear your point.
Like, to that point as well, though, is if both of them break the pocket, with Zollers, you might be saying, all right, let's just throw this ball away. With Beau, you might be saying, all right, let's go make a play. You might have a little more faith in Beau to make that play, while it might be going at 100 miles per hour and be crazy, than Zollers, who you kind of like, let's just toss this ball out of bounds, let's live to fight another day.
Because I think as a runner, I will trust Beau to run. Ideally, you're going to slide, but sometimes you maybe can't. And I think when you can't, he'll know what to do there and try to hold on to the football. He's not a big guy. We've talked about that. He's not necessarily the size of the position that you think of when you're thinking about a prototypical quarterback, but he's that kind of scrambling guy, and he makes up for his lack of size with grit. And I do think he's a gritty kid, so I'll trust him. You know what I mean? Like, when your back's against the wall as a team, I trust him more than I do Zollers in a game like this, where it's like, hey man, the chips are down. We're not supposed to win, but we can maybe pull a feather or a rabbit out of the hat and try to surprise some people. Like, that feels like the script with a Beau Pribula. Whereas with Zollers, I think that pass rush is going to be too much for any quarterback with that lack of experience to be able to stand in the pocket and deliver on time and with rhythm. It's going to be tough.
And another thing is I don't think you can undervalue the effect on a team of having QB1 back. I think they have the trust in Zollers, but a guy that is one of your veteran leaders, a guy that is supposed to be the guy in Beau Pribula, I think that gives everyone confidence. It gives the defense confidence that maybe we don't have to be 7 sacks and 2 turnovers to win this game. And it gives them plays a little freer. You're not playing as tight. It gives your receivers a little more confidence that you got your guy back. And maybe not Lugbade, but Kevin Coleman will probably like it. Brett Norfleet will probably like it. Like, I think it just gives everyone a little bit of a bump that the starting quarterback's back.
Yeah, even if he's not demonstrably a better passer than the other guy, you have that feeling as a team of, there's nothing now keeping us from going out there and putting our best foot forward, whatever the opinion would be of that. Like, I'm sure they're playing hard for Zollers. And look, I think almost you could take it the other way as the defense and be like, and look, I think Drink has the ability to market however he wants to market it to his players. When there's Zollers and no Beau, to the defense, it's like, you be the reason we win this game.
Yeah.
When it's Beau in there, it's now there's no reason we can't win this game. Defense, go do your part. So either way, I think you've got the opportunity on that side of the ball. Yeah, I'll be curious to see, does a guy like Coleman end up making more of an impact? He's been kind of a ghost. Does he get into some of those screens where he's able to find some yak? We just haven't seen our guys get yards after the catch much this year. Norfleet, if you can base the game plan around the tight end a little bit more, if he's as close to 100% as he can be, that would be huge as well.
I want more PA boots. I know
that too, but it's hard to do with a quarterback with an ankle injury or coming off of one.
I know. I just want more tight ends involved. That is part of Missouri's offense, is a little tight end screen, tight end flat route, like just something to get your guys, even Jude James, into the game a little bit, and we just haven't seen it. I would love for more of that against Oklahoma. Quickly here, we got about 5 minutes. We're going to break. What does this defense need to show you to say that Missouri has a chance? John Materi was a Heisman candidate, had that thumb injury, hasn't quite been the same. They weren't great by any means offensively at Alabama. They kind of stepped up when it mattered, especially at the end of the game. What's Mizzou got to do to stop John Materi's arm and legs?
I mean, I think they just have to try to bring pressure, and the linebackers then have to be ready if he's taking off and running. We saw almost a full game without Josiah Trotter last week because of the targeting stuff. Yeah. And that's the other thing. I love the energy that they came out with against Mississippi State. I was like, oh my gosh, these guys came to play. I mean, you were on the field. I was 5 rows from it. We could see
Yes.
the intensity of that defense from the jump, but there was like a reckless nature to it as well. Some of the plays, you could say the referees were throwing flags on stuff that shouldn't have been. Other things were flags. And so, like, regardless, there was a lot of that kind of almost over-eager, reckless energy. I think you find a way to keep the energy, but try to bottle it in a way that's productive and have that be, well-known throughout the room coming into the game that, like, we can't afford those types of mistakes to set us back when we make a big play and then it doesn't count because of a penalty. But I think bring the energy they brought to begin the Mississippi State game, hold the targeting, just kind of take that out of the equation so you can keep your studs out there. Lost 2 guys for basically 3/4 of that game. That would be a key. And, like, otherwise, just do what they've been doing. Like, they stopped the run really well. The aggressiveness there has been great. I thought, the pass defense against Mississippi State, I thought that's a pretty good passing offense. They had to deal with a mobile quarterback at times with Camario Taylor coming in. So I thought that, for the most part, they played pretty well defensively against Mississippi State. Against A&M, the first half they did. And going back to the Vanderbilt game, they played great the entire game. So, like, there's this element of if the offense can just stay on the field and kind of keep the time of possession even, maybe the defense doesn't wear down like it did against A&M.
Yeah.
And you take away some of the, penalty mistakes that you had against Mississippi State and you do the Vandy game, bang, you've got a defense that can get you a win with maybe 20 points, 2017. Like,
I
you
agree.
can do that. It's a hard thing to ask it to do for 4 quarters, but no, I think the defense of all the units on the field, the Mizzou defense has to be the best one in this game for Mizzou to come away with a win. And you probably do need a turnover. Like, you might need a pick six. You might need a fumble recovery in the opponent's red zone to be able to, punch one in real quick. That you might need a short field to win this game at some point.
I think so too. And whether that's maybe a punt return from Kevin Coleman, a block punt, something needs to step up. I
would have Folks back there for returns if he's healthy, by the way. I know he's on the injury availability report. He's more explosive than Coleman. If you're running a return that you think you actually might have room to run, it should be Folks. If it's just the fair catch type, let it be Coleman.
Yeah, Coleman's great. I have full confidence.
He's reliable
in him.
with the hands,
yes,
but he's not going to get you yards on a return.
No,
which is fine in a situation where, like, wherever you are on the field, you can kind of estimate, okay, this is not going to be one where we're going to have room. So let's have Coleman back there and make sure we fair catch it.
Or if you're winning the game and you're just like, let's just field the punt and and get the offense out there,
Yeah, if you're behind and it's a spot where you think you might get a little bit of room, I would take a chance with Folks. Hopefully he doesn't drop it, but I mean, if you're in a spot where you're down 7 or 10 points and you might need a spark, that would be I'd be really comfortable going to that if he's healthy.
I like that as well. And your defense can't have 6 personal fouls. I mean, Mississippi State,
the penalties cannot.
Yeah,
that can't happen again.
You can't have Stephen Hall grabbing a guy's face mask away from the play, roughing the passers, and some of them were silly, like they probably should have been called. But Zion Young, why are we hitting who was it? Chapin, as the ball's already been handed off. Like he doesn't have the football anymore.
You have to have better discipline than that in this game. You just
yes. That's 100%.
I get it. You have to amp yourself up to a level that makes some of that hard to like bottle, but it's a necessity. You have to find a way to do it. You cannot make those freshman mistakes as a senior,
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's take a quick break, come back, give our final score predictions for Missouri versus Oklahoma, and we'll give our best picks of the week. Try to win you a little bit of money. We are just 2 weeks out, Brendan, from it being legal here, less than 2 days out, December 1st. And when you sign up on DraftKings, use code STL Sports. That'll get you the $300 of bonus bets after you make your first $5 bet. So make sure you do that. December 1st, we are nearing where you don't have to find a river anymore. So this is the Lou Information Station. I'm Grant Salzman. He's Brendan Schaefer. We'll be right back.
Hot Take Central 2.0.
Now, as you sports fans know,
it's really getting out of hand, man. It's blown way out of control.
With Cam Jansen.
I'm going to lead you down the path that rocks.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
You're a legend in the city, moving by day instead of night.
Weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
hell yeah.
Only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0.
This whole situation is getting out of control.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown and Crouppen. We'll walk you through it. Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown and Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown and Crouppen now.
Is your brand stuck on the sidelines? Tired of feeling like your marketing budget is just warming the bench? Well, then it's time to get in the game with EyeSight Media. We don't just put your brand near the action, we put you in the action. Imagine this, your company front and center showcased in NCAA and pro stadiums and arenas nationwide. If you're ready to elevate your brand to MVP status, don't miss this shot. Visit eyesightmediagroup.com today to apply for an in-arena partnership. That's eyesightmediagroup.com.
LouInfo.com news headlines brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
With your LouInfo.com news, I'm Jared Cirillo. The second day of the trial to determine if St. Louis Sheriff Alfred Montgomery is removed from office included an accusation of intimidation against Montgomery's lawyer. During his testimony, Sheriff's Major Lee Stokes reportedly accused defense attorney David Mason of intimidation during previous interactions, as Mason was overseeing personnel at the sheriff's office. This led to a back and forth that ended when the judge yelled for them to focus on the case. The trial continues today. St. Louis Mayor Kara Spencer is taking action to ensure the city of St. Louis is better prepared for the winter. The mayor signed an executive order Thursday creating the Winter Weather Unified Command, which will coordinate SEMA's response to winter weather with several city departments, including streets, health, and human services. The Unified Command will be activated when temperatures are forecast to be at or below 32 degrees with precipitation or wind chills at or below 25. We're streaming 24/7 at LouInfo.com. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. Some showers hanging around for a while. Low pressure is starting to move out of our area, but rain looks pretty likely through the day, upper 50s. Some showers tonight. They'll taper off by about midnight. Our low in the mid-40s. And then we're looking at mid-50s and pretty nice weather on Saturday. Lots of sunshine, low 60s, and sunny on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at LouInfo.com.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast and safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and businesses of all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. The trusted way, the safe way, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
And welcome back to MIZ Central on the Loot Information Station. Grant Salzman, Brendan Schaefer here with you. And we made some picks last week, Brendan, and I don't know if either of us, I haven't actually looked at them. So let's go through here.
You're going to say how we did. You're like, I actually have no freaking clue.
I don't think we did great, though. All right. I had South Carolina plus 18.5. You had A&M minus 18.5. I'm the winner there.
Obviously.
That was a really, really easy bet by me. The next one, though, LSU wins the game, but they do not cover the 5.5. I had the Tigers. You had Arkansas. We both had Bama minus 6, which didn't even come close to hitting. They lost outright to Oklahoma. And then we did not cover with Tennessee and New Mexico State. We had the minus 39.5. New Mexico State scored 9 points, and we lost it.
What was the final of that game?
42-9.
What the heck?
Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad by us. We both had Texas plus 6.5. That didn't even come close either.
Not even remotely close.
What's our record right now?
I don't know.
Bad.
Not good.
I had
calculate it.
Ole Miss minus 11.5. You had Florida plus 11.5. Ole Miss wins by 10.
Love it. Love it for me.
And then I took Tennessee Tech thinking, hey, this is a pretty darn good team. Kentucky can't really score. Kentucky wins 42-10.
Hey, I won that one too.
But lock of the century, Mizzou minus 7. I win that one. I believe you had 3 wins there. I had 2.
I had Kentucky, Florida, Arkansas, and you had South Carolina
and Mizzou. That is good for a 2-5 and a 3-4.
7 games there.
Yeah, it's not great.
Games. That was 8 games.
Oh God, 2-6 and
2-6. I was 3-5.
Ugh. All right. Then our favorite plays of the week. I had the USF Navy over, which there was about 80 points in the game, won with ease. You had the under in the Oklahoma Bama game. I believe that was a loser.
Loser.
You lost Pitt plus 12.5. I lost Air Force plus 7.5. I won Clemson plus 2.5. You lost Texas twice.
Oh, good grief.
I also did I win Iowa plus 6.5? I think I did.
Yep, they lost by 5.
They lost by 5. I won that. You won BYU minus 3.5. And then I won, though, with the other side, BYU TCU, the over of 51.5, a late night cash. BYU put up 44.
There you go.
Did Ohio State cover?
They did. 48-10, I believe.
So I went 4-1 with my best bets, and you went 2-3.
Not a great week for you, boy.
So you go
5-8 overall for me,
and
you went 6-7.
Okay, 6-7.
Nicely.
I hated that. I'll take that.
Why?
After
6-7's great.
So here's what I'll say is if you're tailing my picks, just don't tail my SEC picks. Yeah. Everything else I've been good on lately.
You still didn't gain a unit, though. You were minus 15 for the season. Now you're minus 16.
I gained on you.
You gained on me. but you didn't gain on helping our listeners.
No.
So what's really most important to you, Grant?
The listeners are the most important. I'm trying to get back in the green, and I need a really good week this week. Let's go to.
I'm +4, by the way, for the season. So
+4.
My edge is slipping
fast.
I lost 3 units there that week. Yeah.
All right, SEC. It's cupcake week in the SEC.
This sucks, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't like this at all.
Do it early in the season when everyone just wants college football. They don't care how they get it. They just want college football.
They do it for the bye week. I mean, it's like additional bye if you can. So
start with Georgia, Charlotte. Charlotte is +43.5.
This is so dumb. This is going to be the week that I lose my whole edge because I have no clue what some of these teams are going to do against the bums that they play.
Give me what I believe are the Charlotte 49ers.
That's right.
Give me them +43.5.
What compels you to pick the Charlotte 49ers?
Because I think Georgia doesn't care right now. They just want to win the game and get out. It'll be like 35-0 at half. Charlotte will lose 49-7.
They might not be good enough not to lose by 50, though.
They
lost by 21 to UTSA. They lost by 26 to East Carolina, 34 to future Mizzou coach Eric Morris in North Texas, 35 to Temple.
I haven't heard 43.5.
You're
yet,
right.
Though.
There hasn't been one, but I think this is the week.
Too many points.
They haven't played a team like Georgia. So give me the Dogs. Was it 43.5?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a ton. But I'll fade you.
Arkansas at Texas. The Hogs are 8.5-point underdogs.
Yucky.
What's this game? Can this game be played on leapfrog.com?
Texas still has the chance to technically weasel their way into the playoff if they get some help.
It's like an addiction.
Won't they play like it, though?
Yeah.
I think they'll play like it.
Give me Texas +8.5. I pick them every week. I don't know why.
Texas
minus 8.5. It was +8.5. I'd put the mortgage on that.
I think I would too. I'll allow for you to potentially gain another game on me here. This is the one where it's like you want it to be true. I mean, I kind of don't. I kind of want Arkansas' spirit to be broken because I still really need, if Mizzou loses tomorrow, I really need that Arkansas game for the season-long 7.5 wins. But like, this is one where I want to talk myself into the underdog because I think it'll be close. And then when Texas wins by 21, I'm like, you doofus. But I'll do it. I'll fall into the trap. 8.5 +8.5 for the Hogs.
Here's the underdog game I like. Vanderbilt, 8.5-point favorite at home against Kentucky.
I always like an underdog.
Give me Kentucky +8.5. I think they might win this football game, Brendan Schaefer.
You're right. They might. But again, I feel better about that one than I do Arkansas.
Yes.
Like if I were going to hitch my wagon to one, I think it's because I don't trust Vandy as much. But like Texas just got popped. Yeah, Kentucky might. That's a good pick, I think. They can always go south on you, but I'm with you. We're going to ride together on that one.
Coastal Carolina at South Carolina. Coastal Carolina is +24.5. The dogs are barking this week, Brendan Schaefer. This Coastal Carolina team has a lot more to play for than South Carolina. South Carolina is dead in the water. Coastal Carolina might keep this close. 24.5, way too many points.
South Carolina can't make a bowl anymore. Is that right? They're done
they
now?
cannot. They're 3-7. Unless the stupid 5-7, but I don't think so.
If they had beaten A&M and held on to that, I think that they probably would be a threat to, bulldoze Coastal here. But I think Coastal probably wins the game.
I think they could.
Isn't that South Carolina team probably just completely downtrodden after last week? I actually love Coastal in the points. You know what I mean? That's a game where it could easily be 10-7 at halftime, and you're like, whoa, South Carolina, Shane Beamer, get him out of here. Yeah, I think that's maybe my favorite pick of the week. I don't know anything about Coastal Carolina, but I know more than I wish I knew about South Carolina.
Western Kentucky at LSU. If you're watching this football game at 6:45 when there's a couple other good games on, seek help.
LSU can't score.
Yeah, Western Kentucky +21.5. That's what I'll take.
Western Kentucky beat Middle Tennessee by 16 last week. They beat New Mexico State by 19. Western Kentucky has scored at least 28 points in each of their last 3. They did get 25-6 at home against FIU earlier in the season. But I mean, they beat Missouri State by 5 on the road. Missouri State's having a good season. I think this Western Kentucky team could keep it kind of close. What's the number?
21.5.
Yeah, we're gonna ride together on this. I promise you, I'm not just trying to like maintain my season lead over you. I just think in a week like this, LSU, man, they have not been able to score to be able to. I mean, they put up 23 on Arkansas's defense. Arkansas's defense. That's another weird line. I just don't trust some of these SEC teams that are 3 touchdown favorites to score 3 touchdowns this week.
I agree with you. Next up is Florida hosting Tennessee, where only Gators make it out alive. Since World War II, 4 times Tennessee has ever won in Gainesville.
Wow.
The last time they won, I was, let me think here, 2 months old. September 20th, 2003 was the last time Tennessee won in Gainesville.
Man,
I would leave the points at the door here. I think Florida wins this football game, but I will take Florida +4 every day of the week.
This is one of those where right now sitting here, I'm like, dude, Tennessee. But then when Saturday comes, I'll be rooting for Florida because of the chaos of it. Give me Tennessee. I'll be okay, like falling on the sword with this pick and hoping it loses because I would root for the upset there. But Florida's really not got a lot going for it. I think their best chance was to catch Ole Miss napping, and it didn't quite happen. I don't know. I think Tennessee's offense is just too much better than Florida's right now.
Okay. Last game here, Missouri +6.5 against Oklahoma. This line has moved 3 points since the Beau news. At one point, you could have gotten it at 10.
True.
It was 9.5.
No, it wasn't. It was 7.5.
At one point, it was 9.5.
I think that was like a few weeks ago when they do a look ahead line.
Okay.
On just Monday morning, it was 7.5.
Oh, well.
So it did move about a point. Though.
It's moved a point since Beau. I saw places with 9.5. I'll just say that.
You saw a sports book that had 9.5 this week.
Yes.
All right.
If you were sharp, you got it.
I don't believe you, but that's okay.
Missouri,
if you were sharp, you got it. You saying if you were sharp, you're going to bet the Mizzou spread?
Yes. The sharps are on Mizzou. What's your score prediction here?
I don't think I can do what I want to do and say that Mizzou wins. I just think Oklahoma's defense is going to be real, real tough, gang. It's going to be real tough. 23-14 Sooners.
And they cover the spread?
Yeah. This is the first time I've really picked against Mizzou, I think. Well,
See,
A&M, I think I did. I can't remember.
I'm a true son here, Brendan. You got Beau back. You have a defense flying around, and you have the bad man, Ahmad Hardy, running down the football field. Play the fight song. Leave the points at the door, Brendan Schaefer. 2017, Missouri Tigers win the game and cover the spread.
I love it. I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong.
They get 20 because they miss an extra point.
That's actually feels like a pretty apt possible prediction.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be surprised. Like I said, I'd rather bet Mizzou money line this week than the spread because I feel like they might have the fight to be able to pull this thing off. But if they're in it, I want credit for all of it with the +200 in your jurisdiction of legality. So I hope they could pull it off, but I could see this being like 10-10 at halftime or something, 10-9, and then it just kind of gets away from them in the second half is sort of the way that I think they could go. I hope that it doesn't go that way. I hope that they get the boost from Prbula. But yeah, this one is I would love to win this game, but it's hard to predict it.
All right, let's go to now. We will give 5 picks. Our favorite picks from the weekend can be football. We can do college basketball, NFL, college football, whatever you want. And I will start with tonight. And this is a play I feel so confident about. 2 teams dead in the water, 1 team less dead in the water. Give me NC State +6.5 at home against Florida State. I think NC State wins this game outright, and you're giving me 6.5 points. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's an interesting line. I know Florida State has probably a better team than their record indicates. Some of the ways that they've been losing games, they've been outgaining opponents, but not getting it done. That is an interesting line. I think you're on the proper side of it.
Thank you, sir.
There's another one that I think is similar that I don't know if I want to touch. Nebraska's without its quarterback now, but they're a pretty solid team, plus 8.5 at Penn State. But Penn State is kind of in that same category of Florida State where, they're getting a credit for being a pretty good team, even though they haven't won some of these games. There's a game that I like a little bit more than that I'm going to find here. Give me Missouri State. I'll do it right off the bat. Plus 6.5. They're on the road at Kennesaw State, but
who's the best team in Conference USA right now, I believe.
Is that Kennesaw State?
Yeah.
Well, Missouri State's trying to claim the title then. I'll take the Bears on the road with the points.
Can Missouri State play in the Conference USA title game if they get there?
I don't believe so. No.
Really?
Same reason they can't make a bowl is that they're not eligible.
That's stupid.
I know.
I will go to a team that I've liked at times this year. I think they're a little worse than their record shows. I'll take Houston minus 1.5 against TCU.
TCU got blown out by
BYU
last week.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think TCU is very good either.
No.
So that's not a bad play. I want to check out something from the NFL that I feel there's a couple that I feel pretty good on. I'll go Bengals plus 6.5 hosting the Patriots. I think that I'll be rooting for the Patriots to win for my Drake May bet, but especially if Burrow plays, I think that is a close game. And he's been practicing. So Bengals plus 6.5.
I'll double down. I don't normally double down, but it's my favorite play of the weekend. I'll go Florida plus 4.
Wow. Now I feel even like a little bit more shady for picking
system
Tennessee. System play.
Florida hosts Tennessee. You bet on Florida.
Here's a system play. If the Chiefs don't blow out the Colts, they're probably not making the playoffs. So give me Chiefs minus 3.5. Wish it was 3.
Blow them out. They can just win the game.
They could just win the game. They'll probably win by 3, knowing my luck. But I do think I'm pretty confident in the Chiefs this weekend. Like, they have to have it, and they're at home. So,
I will go to Georgia Tech. I don't think this Pitt team's very good. They're at home. Biggest football game they've played in a long time. I'll take the Yellow Jackets minus 2.5 to get them into the ACC championship game.
Yeah, that is because that's their last conference game. Then they play Georgia to end the season. This didn't work for me last weekend when I thought Arkansas LSU would be a shootout, but maybe with Texas, it will be 58.5. I'll take the over on Arkansas, Texas.
I like that.
I want to see points in that game.
I don't know if this team can score at all. Michigan's offense stinks. Maybe they'll score 20 points. I think Maryland will score at least one touchdown, and they will cover plus 14. So give me the Terps at home plus 14.
Maryland's taken some blowout losses, though, this year, haven't they?
Yeah, but
I feel like they have.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to double down on my final pick. I don't know if I want it to be the Kentucky pick or the Coastal Carolina pick, though.
I like both a lot.
Yeah, so do I. That's what scares me. The fact that I am so confident in both. Give me Kentucky. It'll be more fun to fade Vanderbilt if it works out.
You went from a Vanderbilt lover to a hater.
They ruined our season, man. What do you want from me?
I hate them.
I don't hate them, but I do hate them is what I actually feel.
I'm just looking at like game props here for Missouri, Tennessee, or Missouri, Oklahoma. Over under 5 touchdowns exactly. 5 feels pretty steep.
Yeah, but I mean, 42.5 is the total. So to score, I mean, how many field goals get made in a game?
It's true.
3. So if you go 5 touchdowns, 3 field goals, you're talking about a total that gets to 44. What would that look like? 24-20 final score type of vibes? 31 or 31-13, something like that.
Would you take the over or under?
On 5 touchdowns?
No, in this game, the total.
Under. I mean, my prediction was, what did I say, 23-14? So that's 37 total points. I think under. Here's something interesting that I noticed yesterday, and I want to follow up with it here if I can. I don't think DraftKings has it, actually, so let me try to find find it somewhere else. The rushing output, I think, for Mizzou will be indicative.
Hardy's is 102.5 via underdog.
Really?
And they don't have a prop for Jamal Roberts. They do for Josh Manning, 22.5 receiving yards. And then for Kevin Coleman, it's down to 34.5 receiving yards. If you're interested in that type of thing.
That's fascinating. What I saw was a sports book that has total team rushing.
Oh, wow.
For Missouri. And so, like, you can kind of guess based on that line of Hardy being around 100. Yesterday, it was 155.5, and it's now up to 158.5. I would make the case that if Missouri clears that, they have a real chance in this game.
See that?
Because Oklahoma's got a great run defense.
Yeah, I agree. That would scare me to bet because if Beau gets sacked, I don't know, 5 times and loses 30 yards.
Or Zollers, whoever's out there. Yeah.
I think, though, if you clear 150 yards rushing just with your running backs, Missouri's got a really good shot in this game.
Which is why I'm like, what? That's a really, I get it. We just put up, Hardy just went for 300 on Mississippi State, but Oklahoma's got the 4th ranked run defense. They give up like 80 yards per game on the ground. We're supposed to double that. They've given up 100-yard rusher all year, Justice Haynes against Michigan. Like, I'm not saying I have a take on this over or under. I'm just saying if Missouri gets this over under and like it's there because it was 155 and then the people that bet it said, I think they'll get it over. And so it moves up a couple yards since yesterday. That's the maybe the one thing that gives me the most hope in this game is that out there, the betting community is saying, hey, 158.5 is a reasonable target to say for the over under on Missouri's team rushing. If you get 160 team rushing yards, it is probably because Hardy hit 100.
Yeah.
Jamal Roberts got to 50 or 60. Beau chipped in a little bit. And as long as you don't get wiped in the turnover battle, you're in that football game if you're able to do that.
If Hardy clears his of 102.5, 103.5, I think Missouri has a very, very good chance of winning this football game.
I feel more strongly that they need the team rushing more than like the Hardy of it all. But I would agree with you. If he can be the second 100-yard rusher that the Sooners have given up all year, that would be notable.
Maybe he'll just clear it himself. Who knows?
160. If he does, you put him back in the Heisman talk again if he gets a 200-yard game this time.
I think so too. All right. Well, he's Brendan Schaefer. I'm Grant Salzman. We got to go, but make sure to tune into STL Sports Central. We'll have a live post-game show following Missouri's game against Oklahoma. This is the Lou Information Station. Charlie Tuna and the Posse coming up next.
Hey, St. Louis, looking for high-flying action and electric energy?